the previous section, we have looked at how exactly we need to communicate between the components, and we have seen how to execute the methods that are there in the parent and child whenever the requirement demands us to do so. Now, as a part of this exercise, what exactly we'll be doing? So far, if you look at all the concepts that we have discussed so far, we have not worked with the data yet. So everything that I was displaying, be it a contact list that I was displaying, be it any list that I was displaying, everything is either hard-coded or I was just building that list on the fly. So we have not actually asked the Salesforce to give us the data that is there in the objects to display that information on the UI. So in this section, what we'll do is we'll focus on how exactly we can work with the data in our LWC component. Salesforce gives us lots of options in terms of working with the data in your LWC component. We have categorized them into sections so that way it would be easier for us to understand. The first one is to use your base components. We'll understand what are the base components that are provided by Salesforce to work with the data, followed by your wire service, followed by your Apex method. Now, the order in which you can select your option in terms of working with the data goes like this. As per the Salesforce guidelines, if you are in a situation where you need to decide which option do you need to use, always suggestion is to use the simplest solution first. In case if you need customization, you can proceed with the other options that we have. Now, in terms of what are the options that you can choose, first, go with your base components. These base components are built on top of LDS service, which is nothing but Lightning Data Service. We'll understand what exactly this Lightning Data Service is and what is the importance of this Lightning Data Service in our discussion is what we'll go through. For time being, there is a service that is available to us. Using that service, there are some base components given by Salesforce. We can use them. Now, if there are some base components that are already given to us, what is the point of discussing other points? You might be thinking, if there are already a base components that are readily available to me, what is the point of me thinking about other options? That is where the next point comes into picture. If you need some customization, how can you do that? If you are not happy with the customization options that are available in this base components, that is where you can go with your wire as a service. Now again, what is this wire? How can we use them? What are the things that we need to know in this wire as a service or an adapter? That is what we'll explore in detail in the coming sections. Last but not the least, you can go ahead and use your Apex method to get the details and use them in your LWC component. So in terms of you deciding which one to pick up, it always depends on easier option, which is everything you can do it out of the box. And there are some customizations that you can do in terms of how the component would look like, followed by, in case if you're not satisfied with it, you just want the data and you want to customize it a little, then go with your wire service. If your wire service is not providing you an option, go with your Apex method at the last. With the details being shared, let's start working with the Salesforce data in the next sections.